after we complete MBBS, when you are doing your internship and you are about to finish your internship by 30th or 31st of March, then you can go on to take NEET PG this same year in the month of January. If you qualify, you get in the counseling and then you get the subject of your choice as per your rank. And there are newer options I explained to you were aviation medicine, the biophysics, the critical care, emergency medicine, family medicine, geriatrics care, that is the care for the older people, palliative care, and MS in trauma and surgery. All these are upcoming fields, lesser explored, but yes, my motto here is to enlighten you about the options available. I am taking you on an exploration journey. So you need to know all things that are available to you. The next slide highlights you. Tanvir, the next slide, please. Yeah. So it tells you about the DNB course that is ongoing. This is the second most common career option for MBBS graduates, the Diploma of National Board. The DNB degree is a postgraduate course. It is run by National Board of Examination and it is recognized by the erstwhile MCI and now NMC. There are two types of DNB that we do. The primary DNB, which you do immediately after your MBBS, is a 3-year course, which is equivalent to if you take for PG degrees, the MD or MS. Now, there is also an option that when you complete your primary DNB, you go on to pursue secondary DNB, which is having a 2-year course. This is a good option given you get colleges which are in topmost country and topmost cities of the country and which are located in the tier 1 or tier 2 cities. There is a lot of options available if you are not able to get into MDMS and you do not get your choice subjects in MDMS, then you can go on to pursue the diploma of the National Board of Examination. But there are some problems as evident in the next slide. Can we have the next slide, please? Yeah. So the first problem is the passing rate. This is the most challenging thing that we see when students and graduates tend on to pursue DNB. The pass rate is very low. It is because the hospitals from which you do not have the faculties, regular ones. They are corporate hospitals. So the external examiners come from different medical colleges and they do not have that rapport with your HODs or your department, which we have in medical colleges. So the assessment is very difficult. And the second thing is the preference. Many hospitals which have MDMS and DNB candidates pursuing degrees, they tend to sometimes give preference to MDMS candidates. So this is one of the losses if you do DNB from a medical college hospitals which runs both the degrees. Then third thing is amount of exposure. But again, this depends upon where you tend on to pursue the DNB course. DNB course can be done in corporate hospitals which are in good cities as well as in peripheral cities also. There are some hospitals which get permission to hold DNB course. So the choice for the center for DNB course that you go on to do is very important. You have to choose something which is very accessible to people, where people generally come, like Delhi, Bombay, can be done. So if you do these diploma courses for 2 years, then again for the next 2 years, you can go on to pursue MD, MS and DNB. How and what will be further clear when the government comes up with the concrete proposal and the courses are started this year. The next slide, please. Yeah. So these were the PG courses, the very commonly followed one, the DNB and the now the post-graduation foreign medical specialization. For this, if you wish to go to US, you have to take US MLE. There are 2 steps in this exam, and then you have to clear both of them at different parts parts of your MBBS, and you can go on to pursue PG in United States. CVs give you added advantage. The PLAB, the FRCS, FRC want to go and pursue your PG medical degrees. So it programs. There are many clinical subjects which are offering 5-year duration course for your master's degree, the plus 2-year more training program, with the master thesis becoming the pilot study for your PhDs. So this is an attractive option which is now opening up in various medical colleges and other top research institutes in India. You should take it up if you wish to pursue research in your career. Now, clinical research. India is lacking behind when it comes to research work, but there is a great demand for clinical firms also if you complete MHA, health and IT industry, and health and insurance sector. Available. It is you want to go on to explore these in your real life, then pursue those. The legal medical services, there is a degree available through IGNOU and National Law University, the postgraduate diploma in medical law and ethics. So this is a 1-year course in national universities, and you deal with the cases of violation of patient confidentiality, the medical negligence, the criminal activity of the patient abuse, and misuse of prescription drugs. So this is a very good option if you want to, if you have touch in legal, if you want to get in legal medical services. And there is a medical legal issues in health management, a course run by IIM Ahmedabad. It is a 18 months course, and I'm just highlighting things. You can go on to read about it through Google or the institute website for more details, because I have very limited time frame and I need to share more and more with you. The next one, please. The other options, medical officer, you all know, after completing your internship, you can join in as a JR in any of the medical colleges, or you can work in the primary healthcare, community healthcare centers, the civil hospitals, the district hospitals. The added advantage is that if you work in PHCs, you complete your 1 year working as medical officer, you get 10% additional marks. Suppose you score 400, then 10% of 400 would be added to your score, and you would be having a rank higher than what you actually have got if you have done 1 year of service for government at the primary healthcare centers. You can also go on to become medical officers in private software companies, and also at airports they offer you to become medical officer. Mind it, at airports it is good pay, and very less work you have to do. So if you want to prepare for PGs by the side, you can do, and you can earn also. So this is a good option. Not many know. You can go on to pursue. Then pharmaceutical industries have grown all over India, and there are clinical research organizations which are present in almost all metro cities now. So you can work as a clinical investigator, and roughly you also get salary fair amount, 75,000 per month, just after completing your graduation. So research is again very important, and an important area where you can work and earn and actually contribute to the nation's health. The data scientist, this is also very less explored. Now, this is the future of the healthcare, the artificial intelligence that is coming in. It is all based on the data scientists, how they analyze data, how they put it into those domains and let you learn. So robotic surgery, robotic assisted surgery, all based on the analysis done by the data scientists. So you are having this options. The next slide, please. Then occupational and industrial health. There are fellowships which are going on in occupational and industrial health. And if you complete those, you are posted as factory medical officers. So this is a good, and you get full-time, part-time freelance worker in various factories of which are government of India factories, undertakings. You can work there actually as a factory. There is a research requires diploma in industrial health, and fellowship also is available. You can, being entrepreneurs, you can start your healthcare setups, We have seen numerous one. Dr. Lalpat's lab is just one example. You can run various startups and organizations, but for this you need to have business mind and courage to do it. It takes a lot of investment, but with the Startup India, Build Up India, and Atmanirbhar Bharat, you have enormous opportunities. 70% is funded by the government of India, and you can go on to pursue as a medical entrepreneur if you wish to. So, the next slide. Options are endless. You have various career options available. Those I talked about and those I haven't touched upon. The first picture you know, all know, Manushi Chillar. The second one, I hope you know, is Dr. Soumya Swaminathan. She serves as WHO head, the deputy head of WHO. So the third one you see every day in media debates, Dr. Sambit Patra. He is a MS. The fourth one, I don't know if you know or not, but has been in highlights recently. She is, we are proud of her.